Tim Goska.
And I guess we have our answer in the 58, not Aaron Shern. That is Chase Keller. So, very interesting. I'll tell you, we know that car can definitely run. He didn't,
Oh, yeah.
And Aaron didn't win the championship for nothing. So, be awesome to see what Chase can do. But the bigger thing than that, oh, no, we did lose a couple of cars. Well, we'll have to take a look and see who it was we lost. Looks like Roger Jennings not out there. We'll figure it out. Right now we're going green. And it's going to be, in fact, Dylan Taylor not made the call, so Roger Jennings started on the pole. But it is going to be Lance Milkey. He is going to take the early advantage. He's got Red Bull on the side of the car, so that car having wings right now as it takes... Oh! The 39!
Wow!
39R, John Rebstock, hit the inside berm, went up on the bicycle. How he didn't go over, I don't know, but oh my, now he spins down into the infield. Wow, Scotty, what a
Yikes.
move.
I'm having flashbacks already, but out in front, though, is Lance Milkey in the number 7 car. Tyler Pospisil in the 26, and then Roger Jennings in the 11T. We're side by side for second there. Andrew Harris in the 22 up to 4th spot, along with Wade in the 12 car, Michael Wade. And then it's going to be the 58 of Chase Keller, and then the 39 of John Rebstock at the back of the pack. Some tough luck here for the 58, just getting into the wall. Still trying to learn the car, but hey, we got a battle on the track. Andrew Harris spins. How did he not hit the concrete barrier off turn number 2? But Michael Wade in the 12 car making a charge. He's up to 3rd.
Right now the battle is on for the 3rd and 4th spot. Of course, top 4 making it in. Right now that is going to be the 12 of Michael Wade and the 11T of Roger Jennings. But behind, this is all behind the leader, Lance Milkey, as he sees the white flag right now. Pospisil in second, then is Wade and Jennings. Unfortunate luck for Andrew Harris as he was part of that battle, making it a 3-car battle for the final transfer. But he will unfortunately have to go into a B feature. We'll see how he does there. But up front, it is all Lance Milkey. He will win. Tyler Pospisil second. Michael Wade third. And Roger Jennings is going to round out your top 4. That will end up heading directly to the A. And looks like, just to add some insult to injury to the poor guy, John Rebstock spins in the middle of 3 and 4. But Scotty, I don't know if they have a replay of that, but in fact they do. As he is underneath the 11T, we're looking at it on Advantage Racing TV right now.
Coming in at turn number 3 and 4 here, he's on the inside. He caught the berm. Is what happened. Is you can see that berm and just straight bicycle on the right side of the car. How he came back down on his wheels there is wow.
If we can get Blake to play that back one more time, because I wasn't done writing down the part number off of his drive shaft. He goes in, hits the berm, gets him a little upset, but then hits a bigger chunk of the berm, and that's sending him. And I'll tell you, kudos to Rebstock. I haven't seen a car go that far on its side and not go all the way over.
And just, great driving by Jennings as well in the 11T to avoid contact, along with Michael Wade
and Pospisil too.
Pospisil there too. Wow.
Crisp $50 bills, compliments of Todd Caster. Also, on top of the giveaway for the fans, also giving away 2 more $50 bills for 2 mystery spots in the hobby stocks tonight.
And that's just a great thing. One of the drivers giving back to the racing community, not to other drivers, but just to the fans as well. Great thing Todd Caster here is doing, just to keep racing exciting and, to keep coming back to the track for the fans as well.
So once again, if you want a chance for $50 in your pocket walking out of here, head on down, sign up. Remember, you must have all 3, name, town, and, of course, your favorite driver. We're green with heat number 2. Andy Hoffman not letting Justin Shern get away, as they're still going to be side by side. Meanwhile, the 13B of Bates right there. Now Bates to the outside of the 48 of Shern. Andy Hoffman with the advantage, but right now he is side by side behind him, Justin Shern and Bates. Now Bates going to dispatch to Shern. There goes that second place spot. Here comes the 34, Emma David Miller. So we got the top 4 right there. Remember, only the top 4 will make it to the A feature.
Andy Hoffman out in front. David Bates running second. Justin Shern and David Miller, your top four. Transfer spots to the A main. David Miller in the 34 taking it down low. Going to try to get underneath the Justin Shern. Not going to happen. Andy Hoffman still with the race lead. David Bates trying to run him down in the 13 car. Justin Shern with that beautiful American flag wrap like he had last year, currently sitting in third. Miller again to the inside of 48J now. Not going to be able to make it stick as Andy Hoffman clicks off another lap.
Once again, Andy Hoffman holding off the 13B of Bates. Right now, Todd Castor, he is sitting on the outside looking in as he is sitting in fifth, trying to make up distance, whipping that 2T like a rented government mule, trying to catch up to the 34. Oh, and he pushes it too hard. Todd Castor goes around, able to keep the car running. We are going to stay green with coming down to take the white flag for Andy Hoffman. So we will see Castor come through a B, but right now it is still Hoffman, Bates, Shern, and Miller, your top four.
A great battle for that third spot, though, between the 48J and the 34M. Justin Shern and David Miller. As everyone saw the white flag, Andy Hoffman, your race leader, going to send it into 3 and 4 for the final time for this heat race. But here comes a battle for third. Is Miller going to be able to get him? No! Justin Shern holding on to third place over David Miller in fourth. Bates is going to take home the second spot, and once again, the 8X with your heat race win.
And it looks like Phil McKee will be the first one on the outside looking in. Todd Castor looks like he was starting to try and make up a little bit of ground on Miller. Unfortunately, just got pushed a little too hard coming out of 4. And as we'll see, looks like we already did the replay. And oh, no, here we go. Looks like Castor up on the high side and just loses it.
A little too much gas coming out of 4 there and just looped it right around.
But awesome job for him. Not only did he have the wherewithal to keep it running, but immediately flipped it around, kept going, no caution. Looks like the 5A Anthony Nelson will go to the inside of row number 2 with the 58T of Euling to his outside.
Looks like Nate DeSivey not making the call either.
And looks like bringing up the tail, that is going to be
Troy Dowdy in the 17T.
Yes, so we went from 8 cars to 5, still 6 laps to go. Top 4 directly into tonight's Coney's Used Cars Hobby Stock A Main here on M&T Motorsports Night at the new Raceway Park. And we're green. It's going to be Schaefer side by side with Crooks as they're going to go into 1 and 2. Schaefer, a little bit better run through 2, and he's going to take the lead. That's going to also open the door up for the 58T of Euling, as Euling now to the outside of Crooks, trying to take that second place spot. Oh, they almost decided to go 3 wide, thought better of it, as is now Euling trying to get to the inside of Schaefer. He wants that lead. New leader Euling, Schaefer, and Crooks, your top 3. Now let's add in the 5A of Nelson. That is your top 4 as of right now.
58T at Tanner Euling out with the race lead. Red Bull on the side of that 58T car as well. Pushes up the track a little bit in turn 2 along with a 5A of Nelson as he's going to get by Richard Schaefer in the 40.
Oh, we got a battle on right now for the final transfer spot as Dowdy gets to the inside of Crooks. And he's going to pass Crooks, and now can Crooks get by? Oh, wait a minute, Dowdy's going for more as he's trying to get to the inside of the 40 of Schaefer. Remember, Doug Crooks Jr. has
contact! Contact between Schaefer and Dowdy there for that 3rd and 4th spot. Don't mean to cut you off there, PJ.
No, that's fine. Crooks has to get by one of these 2 cars if he wants to punch his ticket directly into the A main. But right now, green flag is out. 2 laps to go.
Tanner Euling still with the race lead, and Nelson sitting in that 2nd spot. Battle still on for 3rd and 4th between Schaefer and Dowdy. Dowdy to the inside, Schaefer to the high side. Bobbles a little bit. He almost touched the wall last time by. He's going to keep it off the wall this time as well. Dowdy still to the inside. Now is Schaefer with a better run on the top side. Going up in smoke is the 45 of Doug Crooks Jr.
Meanwhile, it's going to be Tanner Euling with the win. The 5A of Anthony Nelson second. At the line, Schaefer's going to beat out Dowdy. Those 4 will make it directly to the A, and the smoke's getting worse and worse. Out of the 45 junior of Crooks. Hopefully it's something minor. He can get it fixed to be back out here for his B main, because that is just an awesome car to look at. That is so sharp. overnight and into this morning. But once again, the crews here at the new Raceway Park come in clutch. And so far, as long as the night finishes out tonight, once again, no laps of competition lost due to weather since Steve took over last year.
Absolutely. Okay, so caution lights go dark. We're going to go heat race racing for heat race number 4 of your Coney's Used Cars IMCA Hobby Stocks. Ben Schneiders and Zach Bales on the front row. Green flags are going to come out, and we're underway. Bales and Schneiders side by side for the early race lead coming into turn number 1 and 2. Zach Bales with a great advantage on the high side. Oh, contact! Dallas Williams as Craig Clift goes up and over.
A little bit of contact between the 99 Dallas Williams and the 02C of Bullware, which caused Williams to get squirrely, and unfortunately Craig Clift got the bad end of it as he went into the wall coming out of 2 and rolled. MedStar rescue team right there. So, but out of the car, under his own power, I'll tell you, that was a wild, wild ride.
Yes, indeed. Great to see that he is okay. And like I said, MedStar going to check him out. We're going to take a look at the replay here for those of you on Advantage Racing TV here. Craig on the top side, as it looks like Dallas Williams just pushing through the corner, not able to get any traction.
Yeah, it looks like the front end just kind of washed up, and unfortunately that slid him up into the 02C of Bullware, slid him back down into the 33 of Kyle Davis, and just absolutely nowhere to go at that point. Dallas Williams was along for the ride, and Craig Clift already committed to the high side. Nowhere he could go, goes on into the wall, and unfortunately does do 3/4 of a roll. But very happy to hear he is under his own power, and he is out of the car. So MedStar rescue team once again, as a precaution, checking him over. But awesome to see that, because that that was a pretty wild ride.
Yes, it is.
All right, so caution lights are out. We're going to go back green this time by. Heat race number 4, your final heat race, your Coney's Used Cars Hobby Stocks, is green, and it is going to be a 34B of Schneiders out to the advantage. But now on the high side, there comes a 14Z of Zach Bales. Bales side by side with Schneiders as they go through 3 and 4. Wilkinson, that is the 52 of Jason Wilkinson, now into 3rd. Then it's a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th between Bullware, Davis, and Williams. Zach Bales, your new leader. Ben Schneider 2nd. The 52 of Jason Wilkinson 3rd. And right now, on the bubble, the 33 of Kyle Davis.
Zach Bales still with the race lead. Ben Schneider's in that 2nd spot. Wilkinson in 3rd, and Cody Bowler in your 4th and final transfer spot. Dallas Williams back to 5th, and Kyle Davis at the back of the pack. Oh, as Dallas Williams goes around at the bottom of turn number 2. He's gonna put it in reverse, and we're gonna stay green.
Green will remain out right now as Zach Bales passes by Dallas Williams. He's gonna see 2 laps to go. Oh, and Ben Schneiders goes around in turn 4. He keeps the car going, but that is going to move the 02C of Cody Boulware into that final transfer spot. Oh, correction, now move him up to 3rd. White flag is out. It's Bales, Wilkinson, Boulware, and Schneiders, your top 4.
As Zach Bales, your heat race leader, brings it in at turn 3 and 4 for the final time as Kyle Davis goes around at the bottom of turns 4. Checkered flag gonna come out. Zach Bales, your heat race winner. Wilkinson gonna come home in 2nd. Cody Bowler and Ben Schneiders, though, side by side. Who's going to get 3rd and 4th?
Oh,
Schneiders.
Little contact between the two. But it is going to be Bales, Wilkinson, Schneiders, and Boulware punching their ticket to the A main. Will unfortunately be a scratch. So it looks like Andrew Harris not able to make the call. So Andrew Harris and Craig Clift will be a scratch. So to go from 11 cars to 9, top 4 will transfer to tag on to the back of tonight's Coney's Used Cars A main event. War Green with B main action. And it's going to be Phil McKee and Doug Crooks Jr. side by side. But through the middle, that is going to be the 1M of Carl Monroe moving his way all the way up to second. Oh, contact between Monroe and Davis. Davis on the high side. More contact in the back. Phil McKee, the 39 of Rebstock. And Dallas Williams unfortunately caught up in it as well. Dallas Williams, no door on the right side right now. Now Kyle Davis trying to get underneath the 1M of Monroe. Todd Castor. Oh, the 46-7 of Glenke goes around. Can he get it refired, or we're going to go under caution? Nope, caution. Caution for Tyler Glenke in the 46-7 Hobby Stock. Of course, you also see Cade Richards came out, took a couple of hot laps in the Sport Mod, trying to get things shaken down just a little bit. So once again, Doug Crooks Jr. with the lead in that beautiful orange 45 JR. Can he hang on for a B main win? We're going to find out in 6 laps. We're back to green. Crooks is going to take him down on the up on the mid to high groove, which is going to allow him to continue on with the lead. Meanwhile, 1M Carl Monroe gets by the 33 of Davis. Davis now trying to drive back underneath of him on the low side. Not going to happen. Monroe's going to take sole possession of second. Meanwhile, battle is on for the final transfer spot as Todd Castor is under pressure from the 39R of Rebstock. Rebstock's going to get by Castor and Davis. Meanwhile, oh my. We got them stacked up in turn 2, the 12M Phil McKee and the 99 Dallas Williams. And it looks like a lot of heavy damage on the right front of the 99 of Williams, unfortunately. He is able to drive away, but is he going to be able to tag back onto the field? And, unfortunately, steam coming out of there. Yeah, he is calling no joy pulling a pit side. Unfortunately, Dallas Williams done for the evening. All right, so over the receiver, single file start. Doug Crooks Jr. is going to lead him off. He will be the one that will determine when the hammers get dropped. Sounds like a little bit of water down in the low side of turn 2. They're going to have to watch out. Oh! Crooks with a bad start, and Monroe gives him a shot in the shorts. Right now, Crooks loses first, second, third, and in danger of losing fourth to the 39 of Rebstock. Very bad start, unfortunately, but right now it is Carl Monroe leading, and Kyle Davis trying to get underneath of him. Davis won that win. Todd Castor now sitting third, and the battle is on for that fourth and final transfer spot. Right now, Doug Crooks Jr. still has it, but John Rebstock desperately wants it. Meanwhile, a little further up, Todd Castor now on the back bumper of the 33 of Davis. Try and see if he can get by, but right now, Carl Monroe leading with 3 to go. Rebstock once again back underneath of Crooks, and he clears him at the exit 1. That puts Rebstock into that final transfer spot. Doug Crooks Jr. now on the outside looking in. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go in B main action for your Coney's Used Cars IMCA Hobby Stocks. Kyle Davis once again back to the inside of Monroe for the lead. Not able to do it. Meanwhile, the 46-7 of Tyler Glenke goes around again, stalls the car out. Oh no, he keeps it going. Just as he starts moving, the caution comes back out, so. And that being the second caution brought out by the 46-7 of Glenke. He is done for the B main and done for the evening. In the transfer, we're going to be going green this time by green, white checker in your one and only B feature for the Coney's Used Cars IMCA Hobby Stocks. Carl Monroe gets sideways on the start. Hard shot into the wall, head on. Caution comes out. Wow. Hobby Stock A feature. So green, white, checkered finish, scene 1, take 2. As we are about to call action. 2 to go. Kyle Davis brings him up to green. Green is out. We're racing. Davis is going to lead him into 1 and 2. Todd Castor just about a half a lane lower. Meanwhile, Rebstock running right about the same lane as Davis. Those top 3 all under a blanket. Meanwhile, Phil McKee still sitting in 4th. But right now, it's Chase Keller who's trying to track down the 12 Emma McKee and possibly punch his way into his first ever A feature. Going down the backstretch, coming into 3 and 4 one more time. It's going to be Kyle Davis with the B feature win. Todd Castor will be in 2nd. John Rebstock 3rd, and Phil McKee will round out your top 4. They will tag on to the tail in your A feature. Row number 4 to the outside. The 14Z of Zach Bales is inside the 5A of Anthony Nelson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your wild things. Get on up and get on your feet. Give them a wave. Let them know you appreciate them coming out on Memorial Day weekend.
They're going to come out fighting when the bell rings. Ladies and gents, these are your wild things. Starting outside of row number 3, driving the 8X, that is Andy Hoffman, and 2 is inside the 52, that is Jason Wilkinson.
Row number 2 to the outside is going to be the 7 of Lance Melky, and to the inside, the 12 of Michael Wade.
And your front row goes like this. In the 34B, that is Ben Schneider to the outside, and on the pole in the 13B, that is David Bates.
RPMs come up. We're green with the Hobby Stocks. It's going to be David Bates with the early advantage as Ben Schneiders now has a little bit of pressure from the 7 of Melky. Melky trying to get underneath the Schneiders, not happening. Here comes Andy Hoffman to the outside. It's now side by side. 3-car battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Schneiders, Melky, and Hoffman. Right behind him is Wilkinson and Zach Bales.
Bates trying to keep the car straight, coming off turn number 4. Still with the race lead. Here comes Andy Hoffman, splitting the difference through the middle. Wilkinson tried to do the same thing in the 52, not going to be able to get it done. Bates now off and forward with the race lead. Here comes Andy Hoffman to the back bumper. That 8X is one fast machine, as he always has been each and every week here at the new Raceway Park. He's going to pull side by side now with Bates down the backstretch. Battle for the race lead. Hoffman on the high side, Bates on the low side. Oh, Bates bobbles a bit. Slight contact coming down the front stretch. Bates hangs on to the lead.
Bates still leading right now as he has the 8X of Hoffman trying to get underneath of him. Not able to do it. Bates with a better forward bite, better forward momentum coming out of 2. They're going to sling it down to 3 and 4. Oh, Hoffman bobbles. He goes straight up. A little bit of contact. No harm, no foul. Bates is going to retain the lead, but Hoffman loses ground to Bates, and now he's going to have Melky right on his rear bumper. Ow! And the leader's in the wall. David Bates hits the wall coming out of 2.
Car at the top of the track at turn number 2, though. Caution's going to come out. Looks like that's going to be the 5B.
5A of Anthony Nelson.
Or excuse me, yeah, 5A Anthony Nelson. Wow, what a battle for that race lead, though. David Bates doing everything he could to hang on to it, to hold off a hard-charging Andy Hoffman in the 8X. Gets into the wall, and you got to think, is the caution his best friend now coming out after getting into the wall, as he will still maintain the race lead? Hoffman has been running the high side and has been getting good bite up there, and has been working real well to the outside of the Bates car there. So definitely interesting to see him start on the bottom now.
So once again, it is Bates, Hoffman, Melky, Wilkinson, and Schneiders, your top 5. We're back to green with 10 to go. And it's going to be David Bates once again leading him down into turn number 1. Hoffman and Melky side by side. Melky's going to get the better of Hoffman, take over 2nd, try to get to the inside of Bates for the lead. Melky's going to drive it hard down to the low side. Not able to do it. Hoffman now trying to get to the outside as Wilkinson trying to get to the low side. They almost push it. Oh, and the leader Bates sideways. Now he's got Milky and Hoffman right there.
As Schaefer.
Oh, contact. Milky and Bates. That is going to allow Hoffman now to take over the lead once it all shakes out in the wash. And now Hoffman sideways.
Hoffman sideways. Lance Milky getting sideways in the wrong way in a one-way. David Bates got the lead back. Wow.
Holy, I cannot wait to see the replay on this. Well, there's a lot to dissect in that one.
There's a reason why these cars are called your Wild Things Hobby Stocks. And they're putting on a great show for you, ladies and gentlemen, to you in the grandstands and to those of you watching on Advantage Racing TV.
Here we go. This is already after it started. Looked like Milky sideways and got into the 13 of Bates, which opened the door for Hoffman. Hoffman gets by Milky for the lead as they go through. Now the bumper is already loose on Milky's car at this point. Hoffman drives into one too hard, gets sideways, and comes down right straight into Milky. Milky nowhere to go, gets spun.
Great driving from Wilkinson, though, to avoid contact. Just
Zach Bales as well, and Schneider's too. Wow, like I said, a lot to dissect.
Tanner Euling involved in that as well in that 58T.
Yes. Wow.
Man. Work his way slowly back up to the front with only 8 laps to go, PJ.
Yeah, unfortunately working his way up. There can't be anything slow about it with only eight to go.
David Bates still with the race lead. Andy Hoffman and Wilkinson right behind him. Green flag's going to come back out, and we're back A-feature racing. David Bates, great restart, but here comes Wilkinson on the top side. Bates now crossover, move, slide. Oh! Bates gets a little loose as Wilkinson goes around. Oh, man, how did that not end up any worse than what it was? But Zach Bales with the race lead now.
We'll have to wait till the replay, but
Wilkinson still at the bottom of turn number 2.
Yep. We'll have to wait for the replay, but it looks like Wilkinson tried changing lanes from the high side to the low side, try and get a run on Bates, but didn't realize Hoffman was right there. Once again, we'll see when we get the replay up here in just a second. Oh, and they're saying the 8X involved also, so the 8X and the 52 both go into the back. All right, so we're taking a look. Right now, Wilkinson's on the high side right there. Bates comes up. Wilkinson tries to cut it low. Didn't realize that Hoffman was right there. Gets into Hoffman's right front, and around goes Wilkinson.
Bates got pushed up the track a little bit there. Zach Bales splitting the difference. Zach Bales took over the race lead, but he's going to assume your second place now as a lap not complete. So David Bates in the 13 still out in front. David Bates in the 13B has done all he can to keep that car out in front. B. Still 8 laps up on the board for your race leader, the 13B of David Bates, as he's going to lead the field into turn number 3. RPM's going to come up, and we're back A-feature racing with your Wild Things Hobby Stocks.
David Bates going to lead him back down into 1. Zach Bales right on his bumper. No clear battle or no clear winner for third as they come out 2. Now Pospisil's is going to take over third. Ben Schneider's in danger of losing 4th to the 34 Emma Miller. But right now David Bates setting sail, starting to pull away from Bales just a little bit with 7 to go. Right now all the cars look good. Oh, the 39, the stunt man, Rebstock, he got sideways, no harm, no foul. Oh, and the 26 of Pospisil, look at the left front when he comes into turn 3. That brake rotor's glowing cherry red right now.
Glowing cherry red as he comes off at turn number 2 in that third spot. The 26 of Tyler Pospisil battling with the 14Z of Zach Bales, the Ninja Turtle wrap on that car. David Bates with a commanding lead though right now. 5 laps to go. David Bates out in front as we got cars around on the front stretch here. Todd Caster going around off of turn number 4. He's going to get it refired, but caution's going to come out once again. Todd Caster going around at the exit of turn number 4, and caution flag is going to fly. Man, if you're David Bates, I mean, what do you got to be thinking when you're in that driver's seat going caution after caution? Come on, guys, we just want to race. But he has done a great job keeping that 13B out in front.
So Zach Bales going to choose the high side, putting Tyler Pospisil to the inside. David Bates, what can you say? He has held off all comers so far. Even certain times when the car's not working quite right, still able to hold everybody off. And wow, just wow. Another look at it. Oh, the Todd Caster was in the middle of 3 wide. Hit the gas a little bit too hard, got down into Milky, and unfortunately, that was all she wrote as Caster spins, and Milky's able to continue on.
So now 5 laps to go up on the board. David Bates out in front. Green flag's going to come back out, and we're back underway in your A feature. David Bates, great restart in that 13B. Pospisil to the low side. Zach Bales still on the high side. Oh! Bates bobbles a little bit. Here comes Zach Bales. Tyler Pospisil into the back of the 13. And we got a parking lot in turn 3.
We got a parking lot at Walmart on Black Friday going into turn 3. That all started when David Bates got a little bit loose. And contact just kept going back. Next thing you know, we have got him bottlenecked. It's a yard sale.
How did Cody Boulware split the difference through that wreck and come out unscathed in that 02C car?
Another car on the very top
me,
side of that deal. Not sure who that is.
As here comes the replay, we're off of turn number 2 here. 3 wide with the stuntman there. Looks like David Miller on the high side. Yeah,
actually, it started before that.
Pospisil with just a Bates got a little loose. Pospisil got in there, and looks like David Miller going around. Tanner Euling, oh my goodness, the front of that car up in the air.
Yeah, unfortunately, when Bates got loose and Pospisil got into him, it pretty much just did an accordion effect. And further back, everybody's trying to jam brakes. Todd Caster hits the brakes, gets sideways, and somehow gets through. You see Cody Boulware also getting through it, as is Wilkinson.
Wow.
The 5A Nelson also threw it.
So Todd Caster, the one to thank for that. Awesome to see when drivers give back to the racing community. But PJ, caution lights are dark. Looks like we're going to go back to green.
5 laps to go. Zach Bales is going to lead him down. The green flag is out. We're back to racing. Bales is going to lead him down into 1. Ben Schneider second. Rebstock in third. Rebstock now going to the low side. He's going to try and get underneath the 34B of Schneider's. Meanwhile, Wilkinson trying to get under Davis right now. That second and third place battle, keep an eye on that. Once again, remember, John Rebstock started inside last row, 19th. He's now trying to work his way up to second, but it's all behind Zach Bales, as Bales is going to go through 3 and 4 one more time. 3 laps to go this time.
Zach Bales with the race lead. Ben Schneider sitting in that second spot. And then it's the number 39, as you mentioned, PJ, started at 19th, John Rebstock. Then it's going to be Anthony Hoffman, Jason Wilkinson, and Kyle Davis. Coming into coming off of turn number 4, green flag's going to fly. We're 2 laps away from ending tonight's A feature. Zach Bales with a slight race advantage as he's going to improve his lead coming down the backstretch into turn number 3.
And look who's worked his way back into 4th place, is on the rear bumper of Rebstock. That's the 8X of Hoffman. Hoffman now up to 4th as the white flag comes out. Zach Bales, only 1 more lap to go to hold off this field. Once again, Snyder's under pressure from Rebstock.
Here comes Rebstock, though. Rebstock side by side with Ben Schneider's going to throw it in deep into turn number 3. Who's it going to be for the second spot? Zach Bales going to pick up the feature win. Ben Schneider's in second. Rebstock in third. Hoffman in 4th. And Jason Wilkinson, your top 5.
Oh, that insult to injury to David Bates' night. He went around coming out of 4, but I'll tell you, Zach Bales wins, but moved up 16 spots from 19th to 3rd. John, the stuntman Rebstock, after all the stunt foolery he had during his heat race. Wow, what a run for Rebstock.
Absolutely a great run for Rebstock, but it is the 14Z. Mr. Ninja Turtle himself, Zach Bales, putting it in victory lane.